Archer. Thank you so much for coming back to another video. Before we get into the content for today, do me a favor and click that subscribe button, as well as clicking the notification bell so every time we put out a new video, you'll know about it. Today, my family and I, we are watching the third episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't have really a whole lot to say about this one. I'm excited to see Zemo and what information that he has to say to our good heroes, Bucky and Sam. Other than that, I'm hoping to see Sam and Bucky take back the shield, because we all know that there's the scene from the trailers of Sam practicing with the shield on the farm somewhere in the south. I'm not so sure we're going to see that exact scene in tonight's episode, but I hope we get to see them interacting somewhat more with the shield in this episode. I don't like John Walker. Let's see what everybody else has to say.
I guess I'm excited to see Zemo because I really loved him in Civil War. I was saying earlier, I'm probably not the most excited for the show because I personally haven't been the biggest fan of the first two Captain America movies, but I love Civil War and I consider that an Avengers movie. And I really love Zemo in that movie, so I hope he's also good in this. And I want to see them working together. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have.
I agree with Jake. My favorite movie is Civil War. My favorite Captain America movie is Civil War. But I'm just such a Chris Evans fan that him not being in this is affecting me and in my view of it. And I think it's good. But like I said last week, it's no Wanda. I love WandaVision. It's no WandaVision. I'm trying really hard. I just want Bucky and Sam to start working together, getting along, seeing the value of each other. I think I will like it more when I see more of that.
When they start working better together as a team.
Yes, instead of, and maybe they'll always like jest with each other, and that's okay. But I still want them to kind of be a team, you know, and realize we're on the same team and work together, and I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I think, you know, I always think the pilot of a show sometimes isn't always the greatest. Sometimes they're great, but oftentimes they're not, and that's not really an indication of the show. It's just it can be slow setting the show up, and that's kind of how this one was. Whereas I didn't feel that way with WandaVision. We got lucky and that one was really good. This one to me was a little slower, and you know, you just kind of wanted to get going, let's get going. So I'm hopeful that tonight's episode will be like even better than the first two were.
I think it'd be natural for you to like WandaVision more because you like Wanda so much as a character. Like you said, you love Captain America, but he's not Captain America in this.
Right.
I'm not saying you'll love it as much as WandaVision, but I think you will love the show by the end. And to your point about Sam and Bucky bickering with each other, I think, yes, it's established that that's their vibe with each other. They're constantly going to be poking fun at each other. That's been established since Civil War, how Sam and Bucky have just nagged each other constantly.
Yeah.
But the whole argument that they had when Sam and Bucky were with Bucky's therapist, I think those harsh words that were said was just the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And Sam was angry. And so was Bucky in some way. I don't think Sam really meant what he said about not seeing each other ever again. They're going to be working as a team real well by the end of this thing.
You reminded me that the scene with the therapist that I really liked last week, I think I said it then, but it bears repeating. I like it when Bucky said, I don't even remember how he worded it, but he said if Captain America was wrong about that, then maybe he was wrong about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that spoke volumes.
Yeah.
And I want them to get that shield back, and as long as John Walker has it, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Just get it back already. I mean, I don't know, would Cap steal it? He might. Steal it back.
Yeah, that's what Bucky wants to do. I think they will.
I'm with Bucky. Let's just take it. Whether Cap would do it or not is irrelevant at this point. Do it. I would take it.
I have no predictions. I'm looking forward to the show because I remember that I liked it, but honestly I don't remember a whole lot what was going on last week.
I think you like Zemo and he's a bad guy,
I
but
don't know who Zemo is. I've heard you guys talking about him, but I don't know who he is.
he was the villain in Captain America Civil War that pitted Tony and Steve against each other, basically, leaving a lot of the plot out. But he basically broke the Avengers up by ripping them apart from the inside.
Oh, okay.
And he was a military member for Hydra previously, that they're the big Captain America villains throughout Captain America's history. In case you're wondering where the Captain America shield is, it's being painted out in the garage. So yeah, we're doing some upgrades to that to make it look more screen accurate to the shield seen in the movies. I'm excited to watch this episode. Some of us are excited to watch the episode. So let's get into it, Captain.
So, you screwed up.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 3. That's right, I say Captain America, episode 3.
The Global Repatriation Council knows that for many, it wasn't that easy helping you get back.
Commercial based on when he came back.
Yes.
I hate his outfit.
You'll get a second to lead, shred, or breathe. Sir,
They can't make
my name is John Walker. Hey, stop! That's who he does Carly Morgan without the flag smashers.
The concepts we mentioned before. This is enough bullshit.
Oh.
Do you know who I am?
Carly must be funneling something from someone I can't see.
Shouldn't he be like part of the Avengers?
I know you want this.
Because like that's who Captain America is. If you want to be Captain America, you have to be an Avenger too. You have to go fight Thanos. Sam and Bucky fought Thanos, he didn't.
He's obsessed with Hydra. We have a history together, trust me.
So he can't say things to change.
He's not brainwashed anymore.
He's trying yet.
He's trying.
Yeah.
Those days are over. It was never personal. You were simply a means to a necessary end.
Someone recreated the super soldier serum.
Luckily for you, I know where to begin.
What we have is one of the most dangerous men in the world behind bars.
And we also have 8 super soldiers that are loose.
He blew up the UN. He killed King T'Chaka and framed you for it. Did you forget that?
Look, let me just walk you through a hypothetical. Can I walk you through a hypothetical? The weakest point in any system isn't the software and hardware. It's the meatware, the human element.
So why would 2 prisoners randomly start fighting at that moment?
Who knows?
He's saying it's a hypothetical.
But procedures would have to be initiated. With all those bodies flying around left and right, it wouldn't be hard to sit down hallways.
I want to see Zemo be his mask. Zemo is really just a master manipulator. That's all he is.
There he is.
That's Zemo.
Well, we need him, Sam.
You're going back to prison.
If I may.
No!
You broke the law. You stuck your neck out for me. I'm asking you to do it again.
You don't make a move without our permission.
There.
Okay, Zemo. Where do we start?
They're still nagging each other. They're communicating
Yeah,
better
I
already.
like that. What is it?
Yes.
That's Zemo's comic accurate mask.
I ended the Winter Soldier 3 months before. No intention to leave my work unfinished.
I'm a baron, Sam. My family was royalty until your friends destroyed my country.
Who is Nakajima?
Touch that again, I'll kill you.
I've seen that book. It was Steve's when he came out in Ice. I told him about trouble, man.
I like 40s music, so.
You didn't like it?
This is great, having all 3 of them together. I love this.
Everybody loves Marvin Gaye.
I like Marvin Gaye.
Steve adored Marvin Gaye.
Watch your steps, Zemo. They become symbols, icons. And we start to forget about their flaws. Cities fly. Innocent people die.
He's got a point.
Do we want to live in a world full of people like the Red Skull?
What's up with Madripoor?
James, you will have to become someone you claim is gone.
Gonna have to pretend to be the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, they said her group is like stealing vaccines. Whoever these people are, they're sick. Something.
Sophisticated, charming African rape named Conrad Mack.
No, he does look like
No matter what happens, we have to stay current. Our lives depend on it.
Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Yeah, I'll be Tony Stark.
I'll be
Tony Stark.
This looks like some like deep course on.
That's Sharon Carter.
Yeah, I bet that is.
Wait, what?
Snake shot.
I have no business with a powerbrooker. No, only my reputation. In London, where he's judge, jury, and executioner. He's so good. Spirit of attack.
Dangerous.
Oh yeah,
He is
still a highly.
control.
Remember, he's way stronger than anybody in that room. Like on the truck, he was fighting other super soldiers.
People don't just come into my bar and make demands.
Tell us what you know about the super soldiers here. And I give you him. Along with the code words to control him force.
My prized
That's
possession.
however. Dr. Wilfred Nagel is the manual friend. Don't think you can find Nagel without me.
That's his sister calling.
Answer it. On speaker.
What situation exactly are you talking about?
Are you hot?
What I'm talking about the Cheerios? Every time.
Sam, I'm sorry.
Sam. Kill them.
Oh my gosh, you got her.
Seem to have a guardian angel.
Well, this is too perfect.
Yep.
Oh my
Drive
god.
it, Zemo.
Sharon?
Like you, I don't have the Avengers to back me up, so I'm off the credit pad. My own father doesn't know where I am.
Listen, Sharon, we need your help.
After the blip and the chaos, I just...
Look, you know the whole hero thing is a joke, right? Anyway, you gave up that shield deep down, you must know it's all hypocrisy. By the way, how is the new cap?
Don't get me started.
But we're not going to leave until we find the person who cracked the code.
Without a name. Wilfred Nagel.
They cleared the bionic steering machine, and he killed almost everybody he's met.
I heard that.
You help us out, and I'll get your name clear.
Trouble.
I need a cat.
Sharon, you sure this is the right one?
It's completely empty.
Positive it has to be.
How to hide you? You know what they looking for?
Wherever this guy is who's producing golden serum.
Dr. Nick,
Who are you? What do you want?
you know who he is, right? This is Baron Zemo.
Oh, I like Sharon.
I was recruited by the CIA. They had blood samples from an American test subject, no traces of serum in his system. I did what no other scientist since Erskine was able to do. It was 5 years later. The program had been abandoned. The power broker was more than happy to fund the recreation of my honor.
How many vials did you make?
20. Carly Morgenthau stole those. A couple of days ago, she called and asked if I could help someone named Donia Badani of overpopulation and
Was it Zemo's
What happened
But it'll make for some good story if he escapes.
Guys, we're seriously out of time here.
Zemo doesn't want there to be any more super soldiers. This guy was the only one creating the serum.
There's a shot right there where you can see like the skin on both of Bucky's arms. Yeah.
He was actually helping them.
Thanos Jr.
We're charged.
So he did leave him. He
You want
helped
to fight
them.
Claudio?
You try that shit again,
That was one hell of a reunion.
you're not going to move your seat up, are you?
There's no entrance around the corner.
I always thought I'd be a teacher. Like Mum with Donya. Do you remember how scared we were when we took the serum? Afraid it'd kill me. But it was worth it. We've got the last of the serum. Power broker was about to come begging.
Exteriors fixed everybody with broken down like Zemo out of prison. That's exactly what I think. You know damn well we can't accuse him of something like that without evidence. Strictly on the books up. I guess we can't.
Maybe I shouldn't have put it in a museum. Maybe I should have destroyed it.
Cap. It ain't gonna be water, so before you go and destroy it, I'm gonna take it from myself. Look forward to coming face to face with God.
You had 6 minutes worth of supplies just sat there in that building.
Oh, that building. It was Wanda.
Standing language these people understand.
He said this is the only language these people understand.
I'm gonna go on a walk.
You good?
He's not going.
No, he doesn't.
I was wondering when you were gonna show up.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a really cool episode. I liked seeing that Zemo is willing to work with people who he would have considered his enemies in the past, but to help accomplish his goal, he's willing to work with them. Two small things I really like. I love that Bucky, the little booklet that Bucky is writing his names in that he needs to make amends with. That is the same book that Steve had at the beginning of The Winter Soldier, where he was writing things like Marvin Gaye, the Trouble Man soundtrack, and things from the 21st century that he needs to be acquainted with, or he needs to learn about. That was a really cool small detail. I love all the mechanical sounds from when Bucky is fighting and using his Winter Soldier arm. That's really cool to hear, and all of the soundtrack scores that play when Bucky's fighting and being like the Winter Soldier. All the music that they use from those past movies with him, that I love that. I like seeing Zemo out. That's cool, working with Bucky and Sam. And it's very apparent, yeah, that Zemo is just all about his own mission, which is getting rid of superheroes or anybody that's on the same level of power as a superhero. He said something along the lines of, I ended the Winter Soldiers before, I'm not going to let my work be destroyed. So even though these other super soldiers are somewhat villains or bad guys, in some sense, he doesn't care about the fact that he's working with the superheroes. He just wants to fulfill his mission of bringing everybody down to the same level. I don't get why Sam is so gung-ho on putting the shield to rest. I know Jake and I have talked about in previous, in one of the last two episodes about...
Yeah, we don't need to get in that debate.
There doesn't necessarily need to be a new Captain America, but I completely agree with Bucky. The scene in this episode where Sam said, I should have destroyed the shield. No, I don't think he needs to do that. I think him and Bucky together can use the shield, carry on Steve's legacy, and that's kind of what Bucky said. He said, I'll take the shield myself before I let you or Walker do whatever with it. So I don't know. I have faith that Sam is going to come around and be using the shield to carry on Steve's legacy by the end of the series. But yeah, I don't know. I want him to come around sooner rather than later.
What I'm getting is that they're not going to use it by the end of the show is when they're going to have the shield back and using it together. We're already halfway through and they still haven't even gotten it back from Walker, so I get the feeling that they're not going to have it till the end, which is a little disappointing because I wanted them to use it throughout the show. I like Zemo's mask. I think it's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
How it represents Thanos. That was my favorite part. Like I said, I like Zemo. And seeing them all three together bickering was just a one-up from the last episode. So that was really good. This one's definitely, I don't know if I liked it better than 2, but it was pretty good.
Lots of notes, front and back.
Lots.
First, I wrote, I like Bucky. I don't even remember why I wrote that, but at the beginning, something that he did or said made me write, I like Bucky. I like him a lot.
And there was no Chungus fight scene in this episode, unfortunately.
Why can't Sharon see her family? I forget and need a reminder.
Sharon Carter was in the Captain America Civil War movie.
Right.
In that movie, the big thing going on was the Sokovia Accords, that the governments of the world wanted the Avengers to be under their authority. Captain America didn't sign those accords. When shit hit the fan and Zemo caused Bucky to escape and go into Winter Soldier mode, Sharon stole Steve's shield and Sam's wings for them to use in the climax of the movie. So she effectively kind of betrayed her government and the CIA.
Was this after they got out of jail? So she did that, and of course the government didn't like it.
Yeah, so she went on the run after that.
I'm glad Sharon showed up. I'm glad Sharon was helping them. And Sharon is cool. I loved her fight scenes. I had no idea she was so good at fighting, and she fought all those men off while they're inside having a little chat. She's doing all the work outside.
Yeah, well, Peggy Carter, who was Steve's
That's
love.
her aunt.
Yeah,
right?
Peggy was Sharon's aunt.
Yeah,
So
I
she's
did
no
remember
stranger.
that.
She's no stranger to kicking ass.
Yeah, well, that was really cool to watch her kick ass because they never showed her in that light before. Sam and Bucky are working together, finally. I like that. It's not that they weren't working together before, but they seem to be working better together.
Yeah.
Good job, Zemo, helping. I was afraid at that one point when he blew up the lab
Yeah.
and shot that guy.
He didn't blow up the lab.
Well, he shot the guy.
Yeah.
And then when the lab blew up, I thought he was going to take off and run, and then that would just be one more thing they got to do is hunt for Zemo. So I was happily surprised when Zemo showed up with a car
Yeah.
to help them out. So I'm like, good job, Zemo, helping the Wakanda girl at the end. Yay!
That was cool.
Was awesome. I really liked that. And then last but not least, this episode was much better. I think part of it is because Zemo and Sarah were in it. But this episode...
Zemo and Sarah.
Is her name Sarah?
Sharon.
Sharon. I wrote Sarah. Sharon. I had the S right. Give me a break. Because they were in it maybe helped it, and I really liked their storyline. So, I don't know. It was just it was good. And I liked it much better than the first two episodes. And I need the words on because I can't understand sometimes. I think my problem with, I have a hard time following the show. And part of it I realized tonight is that I don't always know what they're saying. And if I had the words on, I could maybe follow it better.
English audio description on.
Yeah.
Bucky is furious.
That would be
Silent
my
Walker.
suggestion for me. I know you guys won't want that, but I think it would be helpful if I could actually hear everything being said. But I liked it. They stepped it up this week.
So you think you really like Sharon Carter because she's kind of like Black Widow?
Yeah,
in some
and
sense.
Captain America and Black Widow have always been my top two favorite Avengers. And I always admired Black Widow because she didn't really have any superpowers.
Or fancy tech, or
Yeah, or fancy
she was
tech.
Just a good fighter.
She was a good fighter and she was smart, and so yeah, like Sharon reminds me of that. So I was happily surprised. I had no idea Sharon could
she's
do
more
all
like
that.
Batman than Tony is in terms of physical
Yeah,
abilities.
she did really good. I was happily surprised, and of course I like her scenes then because if she reminds me of Black Widow and Black Widow's died, she's gone. Yeah, that's really cool to see somebody in action like that again. And she's likable. It's not like she's somebody you don't like you don't like her personality, but she's a good fighter. She seems actually good, like a good person. So hopefully it just gets better from here, but it was a good episode.
I don't think you liked it.
This episode had a lot of dialogue that was like people not talking real loud. It was kind of either quiet or there was lots of background music going on. So yeah, I do agree it was a little bit hard to catch like everything they were saying, and also we're talking saying things, reacting during the episode, so sometimes we're kind of blocking out things that they're saying. You're totally gonna be in that.
Oh well, you get the idea.
They showed Carly kneeling by somebody in a bed who's presumably either very, very sick or had just passed away.
And later she called them kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the building that they blew up was related to that commercial at the very beginning about the like world repatriation. I think that's what it. GRC, yeah, the GRC, whatever organization that is, but it's like some organization trying to help the world. But she said there's all this medicine just sitting there.
I
yeah,
don't like
know.
it that she would kill people, but I think she has good intentions.
Yeah.
She seems to have good intentions.
I would bet that they're not going to get the shield back from him probably until the last episode. That'll probably be one of the last scenes.
There's those shots of them.
Yeah.
I think we've seen Sam using the shield, but there's a shot of them using it together in the trailer that we haven't seen yet.
I don't remember what shot that is, but the shot of Sam training on the farm, that will probably be in like Bucky catches it at one point.
Yeah, that's
That'll
what I'm talking about.
It could be like at the end of the 5th episode or at the beginning of the 6th episode, and they had already stolen it, and now they're going to use it on one last mission within this show. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm itching to see them get it back. There's also a shot from one of the trailers of like where Sam he's in his Falcon suit, and he like stands up and throws it.
I want to see Sam fly with the shield because I've seen so many cool concept arts, and I think that would just be really cool. I think the show is, like I said, going to end with them getting the shield back and learning what to do with it. And I think it'd be really cool if like he's flying with the shield like that, and they're throwing it back and forth like they're one unit. They're both taking on the legacy of Cap. So that's what I want to see. And hopefully, I mean, I guess it makes sense. They're going to save that action for a movie. This is kind of like an in-between extra story. Like I said in one of your videos, these Disney Plus shows should just be extra to what you get out of the movie. So
that's what I kind of said about when some people were hating on WandaVision, how it ended, that it wasn't some conclusive ending.
Yeah.
Is because these are just shows. They're not supposed to be
like
the same way as movies. It's just one piece of the larger story.
That's what I said this in the trailer reaction to Falcon and Winter Soldier, that if you're gonna pay for Disney Plus, you should just be getting extra, like you're getting an extra side dish on top of the main. Like if you don't buy Disney Plus and you just go to the theater and watch the movies, you should be able to understand the story just fine.
This is the whipped cream.
Yeah, this is
the
just
movies
like,
are the pumpkin pie.
Yeah, like you can watch the movies alone and be just fine. I don't want it to be like you have to watch the show to know what's happening. So obviously you can have action, but like I think it's really good that it's just this little extra.
I think they're gonna give
6 new episodes.
I think they're gonna give us a small taste of them together using the shield super effectively. They're gonna really showcase it a lot more in whatever movie comes next.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It really does. Same thing with WandaVision. Do you have anything else? You sure? Okay.
Well, that does it for episode 3 of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm definitely gonna have to watch this one again because of, there's just a lot of dialogue in it. It was really good. I still really liked it. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Oh, one more good thing. There was less of John Walker. Yeah, I don't like him. So that was one really good thing.
I thought that too. I'm glad you said that. I thought that too. That they hardly showed John Walker and what a good thing, and then I didn't say it. So I'm really glad you said it.
So all you people on the internet sending out death threats to Wyatt Russell, the actor that plays John Walker, I have something for you. There you go. Separate actor from character, please.
We don't condone that kind of behavior here.
But yeah, fuck John Walker.
All of us here are excited to see where they go with the next 3 episodes. Yeah, that's another point to bring up. We're halfway done with the series now. So yeah, I don't think it's going to have a super conclusive ending, but I think it's hopefully really going to get really good in these last 3 episodes. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Consider leaving a like if you enjoyed today's content. Let us know what you think down in the comments section, any ideas or opinions you have about the episode or the Falcon and Winter Soldier in general. We'd really appreciate to hear some of your thoughts and ideas. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more fun content like this. The Star Spangled Family with a Plan. Thank you so much for watching. Wherever you guys are in the world, have a great rest of your day. As always, take care. See you in the next one.